Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new figure unboxing and review we're going to be looking at the Legacy United Generation Select GoBots triple pack. It's got a huge introduction. This is their take on a Treds figure, which was of course a redeco of Warpath from the Kingdom toy lineup, and indeed a homage to this brilliant e-hobby little bot. So in this video I've got the original figures to do some comparisons with. I've got pretty much all of the rest of the e-hobby set out, including this one, which of course we haven't seen yet, so hopefully that will go down quite well a bit later on. So we're going to do loads of comparisons with all these. We're going to have a look at him in both of his modes. We're going to see how he looks and compares with some other figures from other toy lines as well. So as you can see, there is loads to get through in this video. So as I start to pop all of these away, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to the channel, if they'd hit that subscribe button for me now please, and also to thank In Demand Toy Stores, which is where I purchased this whole set from, and as you can see they got it to me quickly and safely. That's right, this video is just going to focus on him. The other two figures have been separately uploaded, so you can watch whichever ones you want. Just to quickly remind you that all the instructions for all of the figures come in one great big pack, but I've also uploaded separate tutorials for all of them. We're going to look at the packaging first and foremost. This is your new industry standard Generation Selects packaging. What I mean by that is it's just cardboard with the black print over the top, but I like the schematics there. I think that looks really good. And of course we've got the GoBots logo and indeed the Legacy United logo on it as well. He does come packaged in robot mode, but we're going to start off with the tank mode, which again I think is really good. So yes, that's right, it is exactly this, just a redeco of the Kingdom version of Warpath. I suppose the only difference, apart from the real obvious colour, is the fact that this had the Autobot logo there at the front, whereas Treds has got the Decepticon logo there on the turret. Now, I'm a big fan of this mould. I think it's quite clever, to be honest. I love the fact that you can, in fact, spin the turret, as you can see, all the way around, no issues whatsoever. I also like the fact that a lot of it is all tucked away. Now, of course, a big negative is the fact that the treads do not actually go around. What I mean by that is if you look underneath, you can't really tell at all that this is a robot. So I like that. And without this piece, I think, as you've seen probably by the transformation process, it might not look anywhere near as good and probably wouldn't hold together as well, even though this one is still popping out a tiny little bit. So to give you an idea of how much bigger it is than the original G1 toy, oops, let's put that there. It is quite a bit bigger, a lot bigger in fact. Now, to be honest, I'm struggling which color scheme I like best with these. I definitely like Pathfinder's color scheme better than Cosmos's. This one is probably up there as well, to be honest. Let's give you an idea again of some sizes. So of course, let's go with the industry standard Earthrise Prime first and foremost. I've got quite a few other figures here, to be fair. Reactivate Bumblebee. We've got just totally loads of random ones, actually. We've got Ectotron. We've got Classics Goldbug, but that is, of course, the Classics Bumblebee mould. What else have we got? We've got G1 Optimus Prime. We've got Drag Strip as well, which is, of course, another, I suppose, deluxe class style figure. All a complete mishmash of all different colours here. And then one more one that I like to use all the time. I'll put the Jurassic Park Jeep in. So it's just your normal sort of standard deluxe size figure. Maybe a bit wider than the rest, but that's because, of course, you've got all that underneath. But to be honest, there's not much more to say about this particular mode. I want to get him back on the next part with him in his robot mode, and we'll do loads more comparisons as well. Okay, then we're back with him in his robot mode. This is definitely the mode I'm going to be displaying him in, so let's quickly check out how he looks with some articulation. So the head is beautiful, them red eyes just really work, and now that Decepticon logo just hits the mark perfectly. It's not too big, so it doesn't, you know, take too much away from it. The head will spin all the way around. It will look up and down as well, and if you wanted to, you could still extend the barrel as well. If you wanted to, you can. Arms will give you the full T, no issues whatsoever. They will go all the way around unrestricted. You will swivel at the bicep as well as flex at the bicep, and indeed you can swivel the wrist as well. The waist will swivel. It's slightly compromised by this side kibble in the back, but you can lift this up and you can get them out of the way enough to be able to, I suppose, pose how you want to. So you can go splits. If you just angle it ever so slightly, splits that way, no problem whatsoever. To do the splits this way, you've just got to guide it past the kibble there on the back. So you can, if you really wanted to. There's also the swivel at the top of the thigh, the knee bend, and then all of this moving around on the back. I suppose it's more like an ankle tilt rather than a toe tap or anything like that. But again, overall, really well articulated. This can then be attached in his hands, on his forearms, on his shoulders, even on the side of the leg. I think what I might do for this guy is pop it on the top of the shoulder like that, purely because I like to try and keep all the figures, if I've got multiple colours of the same mould, which of course, being a Transformers collector, we've got loads of that now, I do like to try and keep them slightly different. So for that reason, that just keeps, even though they're not going to be near each other, I just like to have them displayed exactly that, differently. And you can see the big differences there with them. Here again, very quickly then, is the GoBots eHobby version. Quite sought after, these little figures are now, but you can see the great homage and the great use of this particular figure. Before I start to bring in all the rest of the GoBots, let's just bring in a few other figures just to give you an idea of size and scale. Industry Standard Prime again, Star Raiders Cannonball, which again, they're your main ones. So you've got a Voyager and you've got a Deluxe. Let's just have a bit of fun actually with what I've got hanging around. So let's go. Party Wallop. Doesn't scale with these at all, but it's just to give you an idea of how he looks. Knight Riders there, so you can see these are much bigger figures. Again, just to give you an idea of size, not intended to scale at all, just to give you an idea of what sort of size deluxe figure that he is. That's a ridiculously oversized figure. Generation 1 Prime. What else have we got knocking around here? I've got Core Class Prime, obviously. These are just perfect in the, I suppose, deluxe sort of scale with all the colours. So that's pretty much giving you an idea of just, I suppose, how big he is. Let's start to bring in all of the rest of them then. So Treds, Smallfoot, Pathfinder, and what I'm going to do is something slightly different, because obviously that's the 3-pack. That's the 3-pack that we know obviously came in exactly what I've been reviewing. But then of course we've had Road Ranger, and we've also had Bad Boy as well. So let's bring all them out as well. As I say, this is a legitimate eHobby set using the original molds, which is great. And it's so good to actually finally have these. But then I'm going to leave with this, and a bit like a fortune teller or a Mystic Meg or whatever you want to say. I wonder how long it'll be before we have this one as well, which I'm sure as soon as we get a Power Glide mold, we now know we're going to get this. But in the meantime, guys, they are your GoBots. They are a great set, to be fair. They all look brilliant together, and I can't wait to see if we get a Power Glide as well. Thank you very much. Let me know what you think. Take care.